Lama actually wasn't gentle. Yeah.
I can do.
Sit. Stay.
Please take your seats. We're ready to start the next session. Okay, for this session, Lama Zopa Rinpoche has kindly agreed to take questions.
I'm not sure.
We do need to make sure that Rinpoche has his... If Claire, could you come over and assist Rinpoche to ensure that we have the mic on effectively? I am too. We need some teaching in how to put these things on and work this technical gear. So what we're going to ask you to do is to think of your question, and we would ask you to come up here to this mic. So we won't have roving mics, we just have this mic here, and we would ask you to come and stand in line here so that you can address your question to Rinpoche. So we're leaving it open to you for questions. Andy, would you like to come up? Yes. No need to put your hand up. Just once Andy's finished, please come along and stand in line at the side here with your question. If you could, sorry, Andy, if you could just give your name and the centre that you're from and address your question to Rinpoche. Thank you.
Okay. My name's Andy from UK, Land of Joy. Rinpoche, we had discussion this morning and yesterday about the role of the FPMT in supporting the long-term survival of the Gelug tradition. And I would really like to ask your own view about how it will work that the FPMT would work with the monasteries to support 50 years' time, 100 years' time, that Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings are alive, active, across the whole world. How can we do that? That's my question. Thank you.
No, not only this world, 6 realms. Especially in the hell realm, hunger ghost, animal realm. Spell Lama Tsongkhapa teaching in the hell realm, hunger ghost, animal.
I don't think they can understand it.
What?
Can the hell beings understand Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings?
I have to make them to understand. Yeah. The ants, small ants crawl around, we are responsible to enlighten them.
When they become human, they have to become human.
Yeah, human or so then to be enlightened, we're responsible. That's why we're responsible. Every living being, helping every helping, every angros, every animal, every insects in the ocean, in the ground here, even the small one can't see with eye, but with a machine. So we're responsible. That's why we are having a meeting here. Whatever in the insects flying on the grass, we're responsible. Their happiness, free them from suffering, to bring the enlightenment, happiness, future lives, and then liberation from samsara, enlightenment. So that's why we're having a meeting here. That's why the FPMT is existing, right? That's why you are existing. And FPMT exists. And that's all we all gathered here for that, to fulfill that responsibility. Not just that. So we're having a meeting here. I would say already what we have been doing, as well as the service to the Sarah Garden, Debung, Tashilumbo, Lower Tantra College, High Tantra College, those Rata monastery, I think. So those monasteries, well, what I remember, the main things are, for example, food. So now, how many years ago, food was offered to Sarah monasteries? 22 years ago. So before that, one teacher's food shared for several disciples, several monks. They never get enough food, full of stomach, they never get. So every day, not enough food or stomach. So many monks, they left for Tibet. They came from Tibet, and many monks, they left for Tibet. Unable to study in the monastery, South India. They came to study, but they don't get enough food every day. So many monks left to it. So since we start, during the Lama was international monastery, then he passed away, that time abbot, the Geshe Zopa's disciple, Geshe Losang, ex-abbot, and one of the extremely, nowadays extremely learned in Panavatika. There was one monk in Jaipur was selling, and the Sarah Che is him, Sarah. And so he's learning Madhamika, Avasamana, these things, and one of the learned monks. So this the main teacher of God, the Cambridge, the Chinese received. Main teacher received education in Sarah, so many couple monks who went to study in the Geshe in Sarah. So all they one of the main teacher, that other teacher, but his was one main teacher, the Geshe Losang. So the couple the monks who went to Sarah to study. So where they become where many able to have good education is because him, and because Geshe Losang in the before like that. So what is it? Yeah. So Lama was an Indian monastery. So he was the abbot. He helped. And so he asked me to help to monks to go, Sarah monks to go to West for Zen Mandala and dance, the religious dance. to raise fund. And then the main thing is to draw for food. And then, so Lama Lundru came. And then so I asked Lama Lundru, what do you think about offering food? She thinks good. And then we decided, we offer 7 rupees for every day, each lunch. But then later we transformed into food. Then we offer dinner. Then we offer breakfast. Now 240, how many years?
Since we very began, 23 years.
Since from very beginning, 20 years. So thereafter, the many monks are able to continue their study in the ceremony. They don't have to go back to Tibet. So they stop their study and going back to Tibet, didn't have to do. So this, some of the monks expressed to me, that's quite common, and so helped very, very much, so much, the offering food. So 3,000 monks, not 4,000, but overall 4,000, but beginning 3,000 monks, more or something like that, not big, maybe less, but like that. So that's so important, because this Saragat and Jebun, as a Lama Tsongkhapa tradition, who are preserving, who are learning the vast, deepest like ocean, studying philosophy. Lama Tsongkhapa teaching, the others teaching, the Buddha's teachings, and the Indian great yogis, Pandits teaching, so these monasteries study. Then there's no food. Then the monks all go away. Then the study doesn't happen. It goes down. So this monastery goes down. What happens then? The qualified teachers every year produce Harambas and different level of geshes who finish studying. So then you don't get continual production of the learned teachers, and who study the whole life and also practice. And then you see, you can't get qualified teacher, learn the depth and the vast in Buddhism. So you don't get around the world, and to give continual opportunity, many sentient beings in the world to able to meet Buddhism and able to learn Buddhism, able to awaken, and rather than living life ignorance and causes samsara. So awaken and to go to achieve enlightenment, giving opportunity, permanence, so that doesn't happen. So bringing light of Dharma in them, ignorant darkness or ignorance in their life, their mind, so it doesn't happen. So so this monastery goes down. So study goes down, then you know what happens in the rest of the world, the darkness and no opportunity to waken up. Then the sentient beings in the world. And so therefore now because able to produce offering food, able to produce every year the qualified geshes, teachers from the monastery, such as Sarache. So now we have how many? 40, about 46. So we have the monastery, so even it's a kapan, but the one to Sarah to become geshe. So and like it's in India like that. So So they're like that, and however, mostly from Sarah Chep, from other monasteries, we had a few, but passed away, and so that. So now we have that many teachers, qualified teachers around the world, especially in the West. Centers are more happened, so more teachers are able to teach Lamrim, the essence of Dharma, Buddha Dharma, the true subject of the mind, and then philosophy, behind the deep meaning, and able to teach. So that is happening because we are able to invite the qualified teacher. So therefore, we are able to let the sentient beings to learn also philosophy. So. That's happening. So much light with Dharma able to spread around the world. So it's great, unbelievable, so unbelievable chance, unbelievable fortunate, unbelievable working. I mean, great, wow. You know, can you imagine? Sorry, my throat is long. But, you know, can you just bodhicitta? You know, the sentient beings who are coming to the center, Geshe and our monks and nuns and lay students, then learn Dharma or they learned, then teach others, sentient beings, or just able to recite the Sangha Choda, and able to think. Take refuge in bodhicitta, general bodhicitta. You know, when you say Dola Pinja, Sanja Duwacho, we know the benefit for all the tongues of my groupings, may I achieve enlightenment. Well, that means includes not only dogs, cats, but you know, every single ants, every single and the birds flying in the trees, worms in the road, into the road. Any sentient, numberless sentient in the ocean, everybody is there. Everybody, tiny insects, everything including that. In order to benefit of all the transmigratory beings, everybody, including your parent, the mother, your enemy, your everybody, nobody is left out. Everything there. All the tree achieving that. Then you dedicate your life to the sentient beings. The most kind, the most precious, most dear, your wish, sentient beings. Well, just able to recite, able to just even think, able to think, not realization, just able to think to achieve enlightenment for them. Wow. Amazing. When you go out, all the insects, is already, you know, one mantra, you begin that refuge Buddhism, done. What do you recognize or not? But recite one mantra, for everybody. Every single something, nobody is left out. The happiness. What the enlightenment. Wow, free from samsara. Everybody free from samsara. The oceans of suffering would have been experienced from beginning of the time. So to free from that, and what a manmala, what did that? Wow, so fortunate. Reality like that, we don't realize. So fortunate, so important. how it is most important. So just even recite one mantra with the think of others. So anyway, so goes master program, basic program, learning Buddhism, you know, has like telescope, you see everything. Oh, amazing percentage. Then that for not your happiness, not your happiness, some sort of pleasure. No, ultimate happiness from some sort of forever. Not all that, but you know, to achieving enlightenment. Benefit sentient being numberless. There's, you know, how much hardship you have to, how much you suffer. So worthwhile. So worthwhile for sentient beings, numberless sentient beings to enlighten, free from some, just even free from samsara. Oh, amazing. Then to bring the enlightenment. Wow. So your experience hardship, cold, hot, or whatever, nothing, you know. That hungry, what, how cold, and sick. Just nothing. But you're able to do this for sentient being. Wow, amazing. So I'm not going to tell that. You know, a reason to remind you, not to remember, to enjoy. You know, I'm talking about that for that reason. Not blah, 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 not in the real thing in the heart. You know? So that's the food. Then they have to remember, I forget. Then the Kasa, the offering, because I get them Chiba and about the examples and so many 10 teachers for each college, and then 5 in Tantric college, the paying salary offering to the Radha monastery, Rinpoche monastery, so that, Then also benefiting Sarache, the special study, giant country, special study, where you develop so much intelligence and wonder, I mean, you develop wisdom and so much ones who go there. So 1 year the Devun Kadam Sukam Sarah, 1 year the next year Sarah must go there. So the travel expenses and the food and also Galuba examination. This is Sarah Kadam Galuba examination, the food and what traveling, food expenses for now many years. Those things we already have been doing. We already doing service for Lama teaching already Galuba teaching. We already have been doing for FPMT doing for so many years already. It's old. Nothing new. And that, and then what else? And then also within the monastery comes and building the house, also things, small things also, things, and then what else? Who has memorized so many 100 pages or 100 pages? I don't know about thousands. So those who over the examination, those who succeed, then we make we offer the money and the robes, and those who succeed in the memorization, also that, and what else? That's all things during have done quite a number of years. Yeah, a long time ago. Then, so already we have been doing. So those monasteries where they do study depth, extensive the study of the Buddha's teaching under Indian Pandit, Indian Pandit yogi, and the Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. So we have been offering service. We didn't get to offer food, garden table, but so over service a long time, and how's that? What I forgot? Did I forget it? Sponsoring Gomba. Oh God! And the building Gomba and different times that happened. Things like that, and then can you go? Yes. Then yeah, building monastery, you get chance in the Mongolia. Then you see. Then you see other one. We have the monasteries during the extensive education. Yes, that's very, very, very important. As I mentioned before, however, the benefit sentient beings in the world receive teachings continuously. They can produce geshe, finish studying, qualified. Then anybody, the rest of the world able to qualify teacher and receive teachings, not only but philosophy. The sentient make it opportunity to achieve enlightenment. Freedom sometimes. So the other thing we helping Lama Tsongkhapa teaching all the centers, many of the centers. How many centers? 160. 61. Okay. So mostly they study basic program, and some centers master program. The Nalanda started, and then Holland started master program, then where else? Nalanda is of course. So more happening in the master program. So these, of course, Indian Pandit and yogis. Also, yes, they're teaching, but the Lama Tsongkhapa, and then Pacific Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. So that, learning not just Lamrim, but behind the commentary, the philosophy. That is nada. That is nada. Helping the Lama Tsongkhapa teachings. Learn. So FPMT help to learn, to sentient beings, give opportunity to learn. We give opportunity. So here, centers give opportunity, organization give opportunity for sentient beings to learn, to wake up, to awaken, from deep sleep, ignorance, all that stuff. So like this, that is unbelievable, most unbelievable. Just able to that, whoa. The most unbelievable, that service, we learn also, we help other sentiments to get education. Whoa. Eliminate the ignorance, darkness, the ignorance, wrong concept to go away. Bring light to Dharma. To bring to enlightenment. This is what we offer service in Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. You can see now. So then now, see, as I mentioned the other night about retreat, and they have also wish to put effort in that to actualize to actualize, not only intellectual study, but also actualize. Oh, so. So that's, that's, that's the way to, that's really way, already way been doing this. So it's real Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. That, what? Oh yeah, training, yeah, so that's right. So then now the effort is, we already have purity places, but then the Washington and other time to start for real lifetime to actualize and have realization. So now then, so like that. So this, we continue this. So now the here meeting is to continue this. These projects, we continue supporting those monasteries and also so that they can continue the education, vast learning depth. And so also our centers to continue study the Lama Tsongkhapa teaching, so continue and to how to make it more also more accessible on the however how to so no like that. What else? I don't know. So all this, all this to rejoice. So ask to rejoice. So this about Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. So then we can do more. If we have, if we can, then also we can do. We can help the Lama Tsongkhapa, those monasteries where to deep, vast, deep learn with the Dharma, Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. We can offer more service. So if we have more, karma, if we more things to help, so that, and then also develop. So we are talking about developing education, so forth. So this is great. Thank you very much. And so the other thing is, then we ourselves, not this is not company, not making, not worldly life. The FPMT, this is not company, not worldly life organization. Because this is not a political government, worldly activity, not like that. This is purely to serve sentient beings, and therefore develop the organization how to serve better and better, better and better. So ultimately, it's bring sentient beings to enlightenment. So then you see ourselves also to learn more Dharma. More we learn Dharma, then we have more wisdom, also we, as much as possible, we also learn as much as possible, then practice as much as possible, then we get a realization, this life or then next life. So that's how to really develop Lama Tsongkhapa teaching. By learning by learning how Lama Tsongkhapa taught, the clearest commentary, Lama Tsongkhapa had the clearest commentary of Sutra and Tantra, what Buddha has taught. Lama Tsongkhapa made clearest commentary. Oh, then by learning that, then we are able to practice correctly how Lama Tsongkhapa practiced, or how Buddha did. And so then we achieve correct realization. Oh, like that. So that would please Lama Tsongkhapa. So, like that. Thank you very much. The renunciation, Buddha, then special emphasis. So Lama Tsongkhapa taught. Then we realize. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm Churny Taylor, for those of you who don't know me. Rinpoche, my question is related to what we've been discussing with education this afternoon. And one of the things which is clear to me as a teacher is that students have different qualities themselves and different needs in learning the Dharma. So some of us are like the monk who simply swept out the gompa and was unable to retain anything. And there are others of us who really enjoyed...
Who swept the gompa?
Sorry.
Monks. Yeah. Okay.
The monk who simply swept the gompa and attained enlightenment simply through getting rid of the dust in the gompa, because he couldn't learn anything. And there are others of us who really enjoyed debating and learning definitions and doing what I call the academic aspects of the basic program and the master's program. So my question is related to looking at the transition from discovering Buddhism through into the basic program. And many students are reluctant to go from discovering Buddhism into the basic program because they feel it's all too hard and too much. But there are some aspects of the basic program, for example, the low-rig teachings, thought transformation teachings, the Bodhicharyavatara, maybe the Heart Sutra, and low-rig. Those teachings are not quite so academic. And I was wondering whether we should be, or whether it's advisable to divide the basic program into, say, an intermediate level and an advanced level, with the intermediate level involving just those subjects, such as thought transformation teachings, and the advanced level involving things like tenets and salam and all those other topics which require a lot of academic level study. So that this intermediate level then becomes a transition between what students are learning and discovering Buddhism, and developing that in terms of deepening their understanding of thought transformation, deepening their understanding of how to practice bodhicitta, deepening their understanding of dependent arising and emptiness, and then having done that, then to go through into the more advanced topics. So my question is it advisable to separate out the basic program in that sort of manner?
It all depends on individuality. Even the Heart Sutra, for some people, even they will think it's too much. They will think it's too much for the mind. It all depends on individuality. It depends on individuality. Also depends on how the teacher, where the teacher teach, how skillfully the teacher teach to the disciple. So much depends on that. What you teach very scholarly, very kind of, very scholarly, very kind of educated, or you teach in this carefully, teach simple way to understand and subdue the mind of people. And so it depends very much skill also. Benefiting the mind of the disciple, the teaching depends also very much depends on how it's taught, how it's taught, skilled, how it's taught, how it's well taught, and depends that very much depends that, and also some depends on the disciple, student. Some part depends on the student's way of thinking. Some part depends on the teacher's way of teaching. Very much depends on that. So, for somebody, I think even have to travel too much.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think it depends on how you present. So I think liberty, it depends on presenting. So maybe not very philosophical, very kind of liberty skillful. You have to be liberty skillful with the group, whom you teach, by thinking the level of mind. So you teach the subject slowly. So when you teach this, then okay, understood it, then you teach. So the general idea. Then you teach more difficult one like that. Then you can understand very well. Yeah. So, his teacher, I'm not teacher, he's teacher, I'm not teacher, he's teacher, come on, taught ABC. Yeah. So, and he's the one who started or finish Sarah, all Lama teachings, all those Nagajunas, those teachings. I just listen, or Lama explain, I listen, then no practice, nothing, I sleep. Then I'm like that, receive nothing. In the monastery we say Shango, Xiangnang. Shango means totally ignorant, totally. Shango, I'm not sure that's Hassa language or not. Shango is totally ignorant. Xiangnang means completely ignorant. Xiangnang. So generally I think like that. But also, generally I think idea like that, and the teacher have to present the subject on whom you teach. Of course, also, So that's why you need to achieve enlightenment, because there are 100 people. Everybody has a different level of mind. So even others who are free from delusion karma, still there's a possibility of making mistakes, because they haven't abandoned for unknowings. So still there's a possibility to make mistakes. Every single thing what they do is not perfect something. Still possible mistakes. So even other who has, the five, the clairvoyance, who knows exactly but beyond, compared to others, there's like scarce knowledge, quality, others. So this will they make mistakes, benefit others. So they will need to achieve enlightenment. So then you can reveal one word, but everybody here exactly on the level of karma, their mind, exact, no mistake. Oh, so it's like that. So that's why enlightenment is important. So you can do, without slight mistake, can do work perfectly with the body, spirit, mind, manifested numberless. With the body, spirit, mind, numberless, can do work for sentient beings. Pure form to the pure-minded, impure form to those impure mind. So that's why the enlightenment, that's why need to achieve realization. So important to benefit. So more realization, you can benefit others deeper and deeper. So without even realization, then there's always a problem. So that, but there's always a problem to to fit every single being. But of course, we have to go like that. There's problems, but we have to go. We have to educate the sentient being. We have to teach Dharma. We have to go like that. Otherwise, if you don't teach, if you don't do, then there's nothing. Nothing. They don't get any help. You understand? It's better to that. So even there's some problem, but we have to continue. But we have to continue. That's and then you don't teach. You go to cave. You go to bed. You go in the cave. You don't say anybody else. And the church is okay. But that's not wise. So you need to enlighten to do perfect. So therefore the omniscient mind, Buddha's call comes so important. So that. But also, I think basic programs also it needs advice to the people. Why important to learn? Why important to learn all that? There's a little bit of introduction advice. People need that. People need introduction, purpose to learn. So then they will take their patience for learning. Even though it's difficult to understand immediately, but they will take patience, and they try to understand this. Take time, try to understand. Okay? Yeah, that's okay.
Any more questions for Rinpoche at this stage? Yes, please.
Rinpoche, Ron from Mahamudra, NZ.
Yes. Yeah.
Interested in Lama Osal.
Oh, yeah.
And what part he's playing at the moment in FPMT, what part in the future for Lama Osal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yesterday I was talking to our group. Lama Osal, he was in the monastery for 15, how many years? 15 years? 10 years. He was in the monastery, then he left because, I understand that situation. So then he didn't get to come back and for a long time. So, I thought the way he talks, maybe Maria, Mother, and maybe people around. I thought like that, but he didn't. He has only one book. Lama is one book, but which I never never heard. But what was all Krishnamurti book? Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti, I remember one time in Delhi, Scientific Yoga Conference, Lama Hashem, myself with Zina, we went and Prithipati, the second Buddhist nun, Prithipati, who started school for us young lamas, she came twice Baksa, Jabalguri, West Bengal, Jabalguri, the Baksa near Bhutan, in border. So she came twice to meet us. So she started school for us for 5 times. She started because of New Delhi. 2 schools at Dalhousie, but first one Delhi, then rest Dalhousie. So anyway, I forgot pretty bad, huh? What happened? I forgot. Yeah. No, my talk, I forgot. Yeah, but pretty bad, what? What's talking about? Huh? Yeah. So when in Delhi, so Krishnamurti was talking. So we one evening he was sitting like Tibetan Lama on throne like this. He was sitting, never not moving like Tibetan Lama. It was sitting straight like this, and. And he was talking like this, so we were sitting down there, and Lama was and Krishnamurti was they criticize many things about religion, so yeah. But if you know how to listen, but if you think correct way, listen, then it's Dharma. But if you don't know how to listen, it's criticizing many things. Anyway, so he was mainly reading Krishna books, Krishnamurti books like that. So anyway, so then, however, anyway, see what he says is in the outside aspect. You see what the books he read in the Krishnamurti's ideas. So I found it much later, after perhaps. So it was like that, and then what Lama needs is a few young geishas who debate immediately, that's exactly what he needs, debate, to prove that the vulnerable truth and what path, mind path, what Buddha has taught and all that. This is what he needs. Anyway, so he came to a board meeting four times. So each time he came board meeting, he understood more FPMT, he understood more Dharma. So come closer, and this is how the outside aspect. So. Yes, I spoke in our group. So there's the Lama also. Yes, the Lama is past like the Lama also. Yes, yes. But see, there's a Lama also. Yes, we haven't completely renounced. The renounce what was there, not left out. completely. So so I told him every year, at least, every year must go 3 months to Sarah to learn Dharma, Lamrim from his teacher. As long as that's so important. What the world needs is Dharma. What the FPMT student needs Dharma. That's what really needs is Dharma. So if you go 3 months each year to learn from teacher, that can benefit. So like that. So the FPMT I don't want the FPMT organization to become New Age or sort of going like this. Sometimes we Western people never doesn't know it's all I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say. Don't look through deep reasons. No, just looking what very funny, very. So I don't want the organization become like this, just a New Age or something. I want organization or deep, vast, the Dharma, real teaching Buddha, unmissing teaching Buddha, unmissing teaching Lama Tsongkhapa. Oh, that's really benefit sentient beings, numberless sentient beings, freedom from oceans of some sort of suffering, suffering of pain, suffering of change, oceans suffering of previous component suffering. Oh, then brings on. So I want to like that deep. So I say, so how it has been now? So the head, so therefore our head, want something important, everything goes to His Holiness, top His Holiness. No, not like this, not like this, no, go to His Holiness. His Holiness, come, His Holiness guidance. Everybody. So guidance, not like that. So we're clear. Guide is His Holiness. Then there's also that. So Lama also, so go to learn more Dharma, go to more Sarah, learn more Dharma, and then you see, then can guide FPMT. But if it doesn't show that aspect, or like New Age, then it's difficult. Then the organization, then become like empty container or something like this. And this you can use. Sometimes this is more precious. For me, it's more precious. This sometimes gold, diamond. This gold diamond you can't clean your nose, but this you can clean nose. And other things, you can clean your nose, other things. But diamond, gold you can't use. So this is more precious. So. It depends on the aspect. So at the moment, we have a Lama also one side. So then we see go to study, then more time there, then more learn from this teacher, then more understand, then it's the Dharma, then. If possible, then it can help. So it can, that's the way it can help eventually. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do we have any more questions for Rinpoche? One more. Thanks, Venerable Holly. Thank you.
Rinpoche, I'm wondering what is the most important thing well, the students can do for Rinpoche's long life.
Eat ice creams, momo on Sunday, and shapali on Saturday. Shapali on Saturday. Then patu and tuba and tamatuba and pork. So really, I want to say billion, zillion, trillion times, thank my heart to all the organization, event office, and then I said the international office and all centers for praying and pujas, prayers, and all dedicated merits. So many people did mantra, retreat, some yes, taking Atman precepts, and some dedicated for. So many people dedicate their merits to me. So that's why. So that's why. Able to. I'm sure help up to now. Help up to now. I think definitely for sure. Then also. So I will try I'll pray. I will pray again. And I will also pray. So thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. So great. Yeah.
Another question? No. Oh, we do have one more. One thing that, with our growing organisation, Rinpoche, we're all building buildings, and there's a lot of development going on in the organisation, and of course all that requires money. So I thought to ask Rinpoche if there's any further practices or any advice Rinpoche would give us that we can create more merit so that we can generate the funds required to build this organisation in terms of finance.
I think we should learn from, I don't know which country. We should learn how to bankrupt, how to go to bankrupt, how to go to bankrupt so skillfully, as it's shown movie all the time. How to bankrupt, rubber bank. Including geishas. Go to bankrupt together. Geishas, monks, nuns, lay students. Learn how to bankrupt. Rob the bank. Or learn rock and roll. Rock and roll? Huh? Rock and roll, yeah. Learn play guitar. Or violence. Become famous. Become famous. Then make a lot of money. Each time you play, $1 million. No, so I don't waste time. Okay. Well, sorry to say this, but it has been also a little bit of my experience about karma. So, in the Lambrim it says, Katama Geshipoto, first offer some, I think, cheap incense. Then later, offering from that, then able to offer very expensive incense and incense able to offer do the karma, able to offer expensive incense. I think my offering to the well, it might look certainly it might look a little bit funny if it's on Dharma, but that's the reality. So, offering the service to the Guru, offering the Guru service, that's you collect the most excellence merit. That's you collect the most excellence merit. Anyway, for many years, so many years offering food for the money to the gurus, my gurus, to Tatras, including His Holiness, and then 2 times offered food to His Holiness in Dharamsala. So so anyway, so every special day of Buddha, where you collect, if you make 1 rupee to beggar charity, it's become like 100 million rupee charity. You get benefits, like that much charity you met. If you make 1 rupee offering to Guru, it's like 100 million rupee met offering to Guru. So unbelievable. So like that Buddha Sangha. So anything what you do, merit you collect like that. So on the special days, I offer all the gurus, they present money, then also offer food or something like that. So offer money like that. Not only that, only so then also pujas on the special days. On the special days, most pujas the Sara Che Sara Me, Sara or Sara Che Me, I'm not sure. Sara Gaden Debun. Then on those days morning pujas and bread, tea, money offering. Now so many years ago. Then also the Japji monastery before lunch on the mountain. Then Nalanda something. Then Kaban or not the monastery didn't get in yet. But many monasteries on that, most monasteries, those monasteries, one thing is his son is a disciple. You see, all those guru monasteries, even his own, Christian monasteries, many of his own disciples. It's not only offering, first of all, offering to the monks, sanghas. So they not only 36 vow, not only Upasika 5, but 36 vow. I mean, 8 Upasika Kasa, Genyin, Nyene, abide in the prayer, not 36 vow, young ones. Then 250 vows, and the gallons, bhikshus. So you're offering, even, for example, for example, I give you one example. So one of the teachings, one is one of the give teaching, that time there's a monks from Sarah, Garden Table, all of them other monasteries. So in the tea, in the big tea pot making tea, so you have a tea, even you don't no money, but I mean you have a small package of tea. So say you want to offer to all the monks. So the small package you offer this big pot tea. So want to offer all the so many thousands of monks tea. But of course, among the thousand monks, not only bhikshus, 250 are more pure, much more pure, much more high. You can collect so much unbelievable merits. But among them, there were bodhisattvas. They were holy beings, Buddhas, bodhisattvas. Wow, merits. But now, what you offer just small tea. But so the big pot, everybody gets. So then think this is his owners, all this his owners pots. Doesn't mean these pots. All these are his owners disciples. So his owners pots. So you generate bodhicitta to free the numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to a state of omniscient mind. Then, therefore, so through that, and then for that method, I achieve a state of omniscient mind. And for that reason, then I made this offering. The tea offering to all his own sports, all those thousand. So his own force offering, tea offering. So they're all his own disciples. So his own force. Those are his own guru, the force. Oh, by thinking that you make tea offering. Wow, to the, how many, I don't know, 10,000 or how many thousand, 7,000. So you collect merit, even just one monk, one cup of tea offer is on the pulse. Offer, you collect merit, much more merit than offering numberless Buddha, numberless Dhamma, numberless Sangha, numberless statue, numberless sutra, numberless scripture in the numberless universe. It's scientifically mentioned and Buddha mentioned. So, you have more merit than offering to numberless Buddha, numberless Dhamma, numberless Sangha, numberless statue, numberless sutra, numberless scripture, in all the universe. So like that. And so, all like that. So here thousands of wow. This small package tea, the big tea. Wow. Even if you don't have much money, even you have a, I don't know, 100 pieces or something, I don't know what. So, wow, made it. Now that Tao, 10,000 or 7,000 or whatever, I don't know what, so many. So with each monk you collected more than, made much more than Buddha offering the number of statues, stupa, scriptures. Then all those merits, it sounded unbelievable. But compared to this often good disciple pause, even one pause, all those merits small, become small compared to this. Then now there are thousands, wow, 10,000. Wow. Made it quite all that, like that. So, just I'm just explaining. The success, the material is, there's cultural phenomena. There's not independent. Is permanent. Is not permanent. Is not independent. It's not permanent. It's a causative phenomenon. So you have to spend good karma. You have to think of the main cause. Good karma. So when the good karma is rapid, so I think I've been offering this for many years on the special days. But then even normally, even the other times when you have opportunity to receive guru, or food, offer everything, that, and then other times, but even especially those days, many years, then offering the Sangha, charity to the many different, so then those special days where you collect 1 million, then pujas many monasteries, all this, all the monks are on the pause. Much of the puja is the medicine Buddha. What is most of puja? Medicine Buddhas are also dedicated. Request that the people I meet, sick people, dedicated in the request and like that. Saiba, Medicine Buddha, and there were different Tujumas and different things, which depend which monastery. So that, and the charity for sentient beings, help for sentient beings. Many projects and help sentient beings. That's okay, I want to say this. Generally, these days, my speech especially. Now this is the same, believer or non-believer, not for the believer, or even non-believer. The life, you need to live the life positive, ethical, even non-believer. So how you should live the life? Success. So how to do that? So first you help others. So the non-believers, so Buddha Dhamma Sangha is not there. So non-believers, so you help others, even animals, insects, help others. Helping somebody one time who has problem, insect or people, that happiness you can experience for 100 lifetimes. No, sorry, 500 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes. One positive action you did for animal or people, some sentient being. You did one time good action, benefited. free the person from whatever problem, benefiting, just one time. That result experience, you experience success, happiness for 500 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes, like that. Depend. So if you harm, if you kill one insect, for example, that karma, that negative karma you experience, you will kill by others, or incarnation of this insect that you kill. 500 lifetimes you will killed by others. You will kill this, just from that one negative karma. Result will be you will kill 500 lifetimes. Said in the commentary of the 400 stanza by Aryadeva, Indian Pandit Aryadeva, holy being, Aryadeva. So the commentary mentioned commentary Jataji wrote. So there, if you cheat one sentient being, you will be cheated. You will be cheated 1,000 lifetimes. So in our life, people help, people harm, whatever happens, so completely result of your past action. What you did, how you treat others. You harmed others, then now this harm, you're receiving this harm, or this black magic, whatever it is, harm you receive from others, it's come from you, from your mind, from your karma, karma, your karma, or you harm others in the past. Then others helping you now, that's came from you. Helping others, benefiting others. So everything what happened to you now, this life, is all dependent on past action. What you harmed, you helped others, resolve that. So everything came from your mind, came from you, came from your mind. So non-believer, then you see. So it will live ethical life, pure life. They do not harm others. First thing, if you don't receive harm, you don't suffer, you don't harm others. Okay, if you want to have success, happiness, happy life, you cause others happiness, success to others. Others are numberless. You just one. So dedicate your whole day, not whole life, just me. Even that doesn't happen. Even happiness doesn't happen. So you die with disappointment, so much dissatisfaction and disappointment. So it is. You don't say this for the non-believer. Shindideva said, if you don't exchange oneself to others, enlightenment cannot be happen. Even in the samsara, there's no happiness. Even while you're in samsara, then you don't have happiness. You then power live beside future lives, even this life happiness. Even the happiness of life won't be success. So people so much want happiness, but so many obstacles. You see? Take the time to meet you. So if you don't exchange for answer others, even though works of this happiness, won't success. So like that. So anyway, so you see, so of course, the reality is of course sincere mind. Instead of thinking your happiness, think of others' happiness who are numberless. numberless hell, numberless human being, numberless surahs, numberless in each realm, numberless. Okay? The happiness. Wow, wow, wow. So as I mentioned before, with this, so yeah, that's you see best to think of others' happiness. Then you benefit others. You benefit others, stop harm, and then benefit others. Oh, then you are happy. Your wishes naturally get success. Naturally get success. So, sorry, I'm not the best example, but liberty is my experience. That's karma. Liberty is my experience. So, the center, Jindagiti Center, how many years ago? 15 years ago. But it has been so much developed. It has been so much developed. So then, well, last time when I was there, I said to build big holy objects. What? Tara and then what else? Pamasambhava. Bigger than that?
7 foot.
Huh?
7 foot one, bigger as this one.
Bigger than that?
The Tara is bigger than that, 8 meters tall.
8 meters. Then, Pamasambhava, how long?
7 foot, about that tall.
This.
Oh, no, the speaker.
Speaker. So, 13 years ago. So, even developing, center has been developing so much, so over the years. So that came from good karma. So can develop. Don't worry, can develop. So look at the past. So like this. Look at it. So anyway, my general. So the so to benefit even what we see, the insects and animals and people benefit as much possible. That was the first thing. Then you see, when you do that, the work for others, work for self. Because when you benefit others, create marriage. So they also self, without much effort, the success happens. And that success is not like gold and diamond, gold and dollar, going down, now going up, now going. No, always some extent marriage as a always works great success. But of course, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. That's ultimate. Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas. Even breathing in and out, and day and night, is only for sentiment, numberless sentiment, happiness. Not for themselves. Everything what to do with the body spirit, completely for the numberless sentence. Nobody is left out. Yourself, your enemy, So, numberless bodhisattvas cherish the sentient being. Most themselves renounce. Cherish the sentient most. So this is completely totally opposite to Western culture. So then Western culture is cherish the eye is the most important. So they I don't mean all the West, but just the general culture. So then the Buddha, you see, it generates great compassion, and then Buddha follow the path, collect the numberless merit, wisdom, merit, virtue. so then the cause of Dharma Kaya Rupakaya, then achieve Dharma Kaya Rupakaya. The abandon to obscurations and achieve Dharma Kaya the Rupakaya. Then, see, then to be able to perfect all the sentient beings, numberless sentient beings, including you. All that. So, the numberless Buddhas, though cherish the sentient being most, again, cherish the sentient being most, your enemy, all numberless Buddhas have cherished much, like the mother who loved her child than her life, So if somebody prays, she's so happy. Somebody prays, oh, child, she's so happy. All that. Then Buddha cherish sentient, numberless, include your enemy, include most. Do that. That one, if you can do offer a little service, for them, the best offering to numberless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, best offering. Because they cherish the most, like the mother who loves her child, like that. Makes then harm to her. You are harm to them, then harm to numberless Bodhisattvas. You make that happy, the numberless Bodhisattvas. So you have you make charity. You have numberless Buddhas. They're like offering, best offering to them. Like that. Unbelievable. So therefore, anything with the Bodhisattva mind, everyday life, small benefit, big benefit, saving from small suffering, whatever you can do. So whatever you even small help, giving your seat to somebody else and who is standing, somebody carrying heavy luggage, then you start to help, carry whatever, even small help. So it's so unbelievable, most important. So if you understand the kindness of how precious and the kind, then it gives you great happiness. The most important, precious, all like that. So important, so happy, unbelievable happy with the border spirit mind, and even the small help. So important, like that like that in our everyday life. So can you imagine, Dharma? Dharma centers, you invite teachers, translator, all the things, and then you provide where they can listen to teachings, where they can practice, to release them from root of samsara, ignorance, root of samsara, to take it out, to eliminate it, which they've been suffering from beginner's time, which they haven't been, which they have never been suffering from beginner. So that is that one, to organize a place, for them to listen, teaching, to stay, to practice, to organize. They're serving for that. You're providing that. Wow. That, can you imagine how important it is for the sentience? So, and then you see, his son often say, that's best, but not. If you're living life anyway with selfish mind, be intelligent selfish. Be intelligent selfish living. So you see, intelligent selfish. So your happiness, goal is your happiness. But the evolution, your happiness, people to help you to be kind to. Oh, that depends on you are happening to others first, not harm. Then you don't harm person. You help, but then you receive help person, and then your life will. As I told, even one good karma, the result of happiness experience 100 lives, 1,000 lives. So India, one small example, in India, for ordinary monk, so one man who didn't do anything offered a medicinal food to 4 monks. One time, only one time. So then due to the karma, after he died, due to the karma, he was born as in India, King Kashika. He was born as king, and in the place called Kashika. Extremely wealthy, powerful king in India. But cause was just small thing, medicinal food for monk. For the monk, that's all. That's it. So like that. So like that in the karma. So then, okay, that's the basic thing. What I said, that's the basic. Really, you understand success? Oh, the everyday life. Help the people, help the animals, people, whatever you can help. Oh, that's, from that success comes your success. Oh, that we have to know. We have to aware that always that is not, that doesn't work. So on that basis, now, sorry to finish. I'm sure her question, she asked questions, but I'm sure many questions here would be that. That there's many centers, of course, we have difficulties to find finance. Of course, if you compare from how many years ago, since I mentioned to her, since the center started up to now, have been success. So, I mean, that's a kind of good karma. So, anyway, so the other thing is that's the basic thing for everybody. That's the basic thing. That's the Dharma practice. So now the next thing is there's a that's the main thing. Then the next is there's that's the first thing what I said explained. Otherwise, there's yes, there are many things. One thing is tantric methods. There's a sutra, tantric methods for wealth. Sutra was a tantric way. Tantric way such as wealth-giving deities, and there are wealth-giving deities, many different deities, wealth-giving. And then also during their practice, such as Zambala, so forth, not Zambala, so forth, the many different. So during their meditation practice, trauma offering is a very important trauma offering. Then the there's world of us, making a world of us. This is text how to make world of us, and the bless, so like that. So even according to different deities. So that is one. But you see, if you don't have the first one, merit, then even you make world of us. You see, things cannot happen quickly. If you don't have the first one, the collective merit, If you don't, just make us all the bus, it doesn't happen immediately. The success. So the first one is very, very important. And then then the world giving Tangdri method, world giving deities, and they giving trauma offering, and then there's world vase, then they can help. So second condition like that. Then the trauma offering, that's very important for success. Trauma offering, success. So of course, not just of course, unbelievable, most unbelievable, doesn't fit our mind. Even bread offering like this, I mean, marriage is unbelievable. But if you know the meditation, how to bless, the highest tantra, blissful and all that. So that's the essence of trauma offering. So it depends on meditation on emptiness and. So when you mention emptiness, then trauma is a scattered away, sprinkled away, scattered away. Trauma means that. So scattered away the attachment, the miserliness, attachment, then also the ignorance, holding, in trusting the true existence, the I and so forth, of the outside objects, then eliminating. So trauma means like that. Also So in the main trauma is not just bread, is that high tantra, that experience possible, at least you visualize. However, that's the main trauma, not just bread. So like that, so there's a very important cause of success, trauma offering. Then offer, we give the deities, then kaka, this and that. About the text normally says 3 times, 7 times. We go with an essence. Then generate, but the deities, but the protector of the deities, always, if you can think guru, who she or he is guru, and then that's correct way I understand. And then you collect the highest merit. Then just if you think just a deity, then you see, then you don't collect the highest merit. So you think guru, then collect highest merit. And then generated infinite, surgery said this, but generated infinite bliss, like limitless sky, the infinite bliss. Then is inspired to grant all the success. So like that. So like this. Well, it's just trauma offering like this. And then, there are pujas. They are for bringing the world. They are pujas. So from Sudra side, there are many texts to read. You can read to collect most unbelievable, like Golden Light Sutra, Ayasanga Sutra. Wow. And then the Diamond Cutter Sutra, so many. There's so many things probably I haven't known, I haven't seen yet. So there must be many from Sutra and from Tantra. They recite the mantra of deity, but all the giving deity so that like that. So can attempt those things. The first, the most important is what I explained, the first one. Then there are many others like that. You have to know. You have to know also what to do with that. Okay, I think let's see, and then also maybe the feng shui. Yeah, if somebody who knows well correctly, not just feng shui you think that which you believe, but somebody who knows correctly. Basic feng shui might be correct, basic feng shui, but if it's small things, I'm not sure. Person makeup maybe sometimes, but the feng shui also can help. But I know that in Taiwan, there's a room, there's a post, and Peter, the woman in Tatas, he was monk that time. He stayed under the post, and he had a headache. He had a headache. So then one day, feng shui man came, was invited. He immediately, oh, the person who sleeps here will have a headache, he said. So that one, I think I heard different places. Not on there, that's not the first one, different places about that. For example, and the post, used. So there's some basic function which for general ordinary people it is like that. So bed here, and you sleep in bed, your feet against the toilet, and then you lose all the business. You lose those conditions. That's not main cause. The condition. The karma, main thing is the karma. You do something, you do something to lose negative karma. But these are conditions. So your bed, there's a toilet against you where you stretch your feet, and then you lose everything. So Maximo Karuna in Milano, he lost so much his business, $1 million. One time I did, a long time ago, I did more and came out wrong. So even my observation, I don't know, I shouldn't say that, I shouldn't say that's my fault, it's not his fault. So somewhere they had to sell property. So my observation came, I don't know, something wrong. Then he lost $1 million, and so he lost many. So whole family, they were second family initially, wealthy in Italian family, second time. Second level. So his whole family business, even sons, other sons, Luca and other, all business on maximum karuna. So he did business, lost so much. And I was going to say something. Oh, the Milano, where his bed is, room, was sleeping, so the feet against the bathroom. I found out later like that. That's what feng shui, in the feng shui it says. Some basic things in the feng shui is correct for ordinary people. May not apply to the, I don't know, or great holy beings, but who control the elements. But these ordinary people are like that. So the other thing is the feng shui, somebody knows correct well. And then, but those who are, well, I don't know, many people are kind of very famous and very expensive. We have one Sangha, what's his name? What's his name? Chamba. Oh, he first of all, he learned from Lin Chu, and then later on, he learned from others. And, maybe others also, Yes, Abjing is one. He is one, I think, from Lin too, right? So he is one who does a who can do a feng shui. So that's, but the most important, the first, what I explained. Then, you see, when you create much good karma, everything happens. Even you don't know feng shui, even you don't feng shui, but everything happens. Even the conditions, house, everything happens right. Everything happens not wrong. Everything happens right. Even you don't know feng shui, everything happens right. Then that helps. Condition, that could not cause condition. So that. Yeah, so I think so benefit others, so one success, so for even enlightenment, okay? Okay? All right. Anything else? This is what I don't remember much. Okay? Go on, please.
Thank you, Rinpoche, for your kind responses and advice. Thank you. I will move the mic down. I'm a bit height challenged. Just a few things before we finish off for this evening. A couple of reminders. First of all, I've been asked to remind you that there is a personal action plan in your pack, and if at all possible, if you could make sure that you're looking at your own personal reflections and the actions that you're going to take forward from each of the days. So that's in your pack. Just a reminder about that. Also, just to let you know that Kathy, who is coordinating the Long Life Pujas, is very keen to get some volunteers to help. At break times, there are many katas to be cut up and ironed. Kathy is keen to hear from volunteers. And what we have done is put a list of the different jobs on the table at the back. So if you could leave your name on one of those lists, if you can provide some time to assist Kathy, that would be very, very much appreciated. And she would like you to leave your mobile phone on those lists. So there will be further jobs to be done later later in the week, so there'll be more job lists up on the table, and we'll remind you of those, but we're very, very keen to get some volunteers to help. There are the groups up for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we have a number of group sessions, and on the back wall you will find the list of the groups for tomorrow morning, and the facilitators are aware of those groups as well. So just familiarise yourself with the group that you'll be working with tomorrow morning. That would be terrific. And this evening's wisdom talk is to be given by Paula DeWeese, so that will be here at 7:30 this evening, so we warmly invite you to be here then. On to something a little bit more mundane, a little bit more, very much mundane housekeeping. If we could just remind everyone that we do need to be very mindful of others, and to ensure that you clean up around the various areas, including around the toilets and showers after you've used them, including trying not to walk in too much mud into the shower areas, and if you do, if you could try to clean up, as other people will be trying to come in after you. So please, please be mindful of that. Now, over today, just a quick review of today, just so that we are we've covered so much today, and I thought it would be useful just to remind us of what has happened over the day. Francois started this morning with our motivation and challenged us to work more fully with the inner job description, if you remember. Then Paula presented an overview of some of the initial thinking on the organisational structure going forward and some of the dilemmas, and we heard very clearly that there are many dilemmas that are still being worked with. And then you were invited to provide some feedback, and you did provide much, very rich feedback that is on the wall at the side, and we've also invited you to add to that if you have any further reflection. Then after lunch, you assisted Tom by providing feedback and in a way assisting him in co-creating our education services going forward. So I know he's very, very grateful for that feedback. And finally, we have been so blessed to have Rinpoche here providing us with responses to many of your questions this afternoon. To finish up this afternoon, I'd like to invite Francois to come forward now to finish off this afternoon.
And I feel a little bit ashamed and not appropriate that I would be here this time and not having much to say, but Claire pushed me. So I felt I had no choice. And so you remember we started the day with having a look at some of the attitudes and that are in the inner job description. So we started with a few of the bodhicitta attitudes. And so maybe we can take a few moments to reflect again and maybe think about the day we've spent today. And if you want, first you remember that we started with, I will think of others more than myself. So maybe we can look back at the day we had, the morning sessions, how we involved in the discussion, how we interacted during the breaks, during the lunch break, and how we listened. And how do we feel about all these interactions? Was it more for myself? Was it more for others? And as we said, we can rejoice already that just being here And if it was just for ourselves, I don't think we would have made all these thousands and thousands of kilometers, all these hours of traveling. So this was already, and acting for others with our body. And then probably with our speech during today. And we've been listening to others. We try to involve in kind words. Maybe we praised others. We tried to promote harmony in our interactions with others. So all this we can rejoice. And if we feel that maybe at some point it was more for myself than for others, well, we can regret. And we can take the resolution that in the next break and this evening, tomorrow, the next days, we will apply extra mindfulness to be as much as possible for others, with our body, with our speech, and with our mind. And we can contemplate also the second of these bodhicitta attitudes. I myself will make a difference. And maybe we can think of occasions during the day. Maybe we crossed someone and we had the intention to smile and we smiled, and sometimes that can be enough to make a difference. Or we felt someone seemed maybe lonely, and we went and talked with that person. Or simply we shared our experience, whatever knowledge, skill we have. Just sharing this can make a difference. But we can always do more, so maybe we can also resolve that next sessions, next days, I will keep trying to be as mindful as possible, not to miss any opportunity to make a difference with our body, smiles, speech, talk, and mind, our intentions. And then you remember that this morning we also contemplated providing whatever beings need. So, same thing, to keep this mindfulness throughout the day, throughout the meeting, throughout all our service. Whatever beings need. They need food, they need smiles, they need Dharma, they need books, they need teachings. All the time to be mindful, to try to answer, even if we don't have clairvoyance, but do our best to provide whatever they can need. And by reflecting in these ways on our attitudes we can rejoice that not only we offering service, not only we offering service to the center, to the Dharma, to Rinpoches, to all beings, but at same time we making huge progress towards enlightenment, because this is when we'll really be able to help beings. And but to do this, and we have to work on our minds, and in our interactions with others and in our service we have so many opportunities to develop the bodhicitta attitude, to develop the 6 perfections, to listen better to people, to have more skillful communication. So at the same time we develop our skills, we develop our perfections, and we develop our bodhicitta. So our service really becomes the path to enlightenment. And to conclude, we can just rejoice that we're so fortunate that we're able to serve in that way. That's the best we can do with our lives. And we have all the tools, and this is one more tool to apply this Mahayana mindfulness in our service. This is so meaningful and precious. So thank you, Rinpoche, for giving us this opportunity.
I just, sorry, I noticed I just drank the tea with self-chasing thought. It's very bad. I didn't drink the tea for others. So that's immediate one, the next one, done with the self-chasing thought. So see, of course you can visualize yourself deity, that you're on idam, mindful deity, and but not just deity, your guru. You are the guru. Your guru, you are the guru in the aspect of deity. Since you receive Tantra initiation, high Tantra initiation, then you practice pure Tanang, pure appearance. And so yourself deity, so yourself guru, so make an offering to that guru. So of course you collect the highest merit, most merit, and for quick enlightenment, to be cool free from oceans or something, to achieve enlightenment quickly, and purify the defilements. So numberless again with each time drinking, eating, so you collect merit higher than most merit, then offering to numberless Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, numberless statues, stupa, sculptures, stupa. So itself is unbelievable, most can't stand beyond our concept, or though I explained at Chinese Institute, so I don't explain to you now, it takes time. So it's unbelievable. But compared to the offering guru, so even thinking yourself, the guru deity one, so called most merit than offering to numberless Buddha Dhamma Sangha, numberless Dhamma, numberless statues, Stupa scriptures, statues, Stupa scriptures, and like that. Most, with each drink, with each eating, with each drink. But of course, even I tell this, but I don't. But I drank the tea with the salutation thought. Very sorry, what to do? So, so I have to practice mindfulness. So, thank you.
I am aware that you are all leaving, but just one final announcement that we've just been asked to provide to you. Rinpoche would like everyone to know that he will be at the morning meditation tomorrow morning at 6:45. So morning meditation tomorrow, Rinpoche will be attending tomorrow morning at 6:45. Thank you very much. It's at the Atisha Centre, Gompa. All right. Thank you.